Hello everybody, I hope you've all had a great Christmas and looking forward to the new year. And what have I been up to? Well, I've been up to quite a lot, to be honest with you folks. What have I been doing? I think the best way to explain is to do a bit of footage of what I've been up to. So with no further ado, might as well whack a video up and let you have a look at progress. Is that what it calls it? Progress? Maybe not. Right, I've got some major alterations afoot. The sky temperature fridge fermenter controller I've altered now. The one in the middle is still working the plugs at the back there, and I've put two little 12-volt switches each side, and each one of those is for the pumps. But I'm now wired up properly with a fuse down to a 12-volt battery that I keep charged up, and the one on the left is not actually controlling anything, it's just checking the temperature in the mash tun. The one on the right is the switch on and off from that plug there, which goes down to a relay which is under there, the relay that switches the boiler on and off. And I've got a 20 amp relay in there. I've took your advice, I had some great advice, and I've done, you see my tons, my mash tun there, look, it's matting, and it's freezing cold on the outside. That's very cold, can't feel a thing. I've put a top on it so that I can rest cushions on the top, which stops a lot of the heat going out. I suppose there's better ways of doing it. And then I've just got a bungee band around here, and I've kept them all on one level now because I like the idea of keeping the things all on level. So that's the boiler, HLT. Said that with the mash tun, but it's not. That's the coil inside that one. That's the mash tun. And what I've purchased, I'll show you in this one, there's some false bottoms. So I've got two false bottoms now. I've got one for the boiler, which I've just sort of rigged up, and then I've got one in here for the mash tun. It's quite warm underneath, so it's keeping the heat in, and can't see it very well, but that's the mash tun. And then, like I say, just rest the pillars on the top to keep a bit of the heat in. So really then I've got like a cheap and cheerful electric brew thingy, electric brewery. So at the moment I've just set it at 50 degrees just to see how level it keeps, and it's not doing too bad. I've got it to half a degree switching on and off, but it's maintaining the heat quite well. So it's off, so it's not going to cost us a fortune to run. I have got two plugs set in, two separate plugs, so I can get the boiler going as well. And yeah, onward and upward. What I thought I'd do is show you what I've done with each individual component of my FartHERMS system. So this is the just the boiler, and the heating element is hidden underneath there. It's at the bottom, so it's very easy to keep clean. And all I've done is taken the tap out, which is dead easy to do, and then I've got a false bottom. I bought a new false bottom, got it off eBay, I think at about £27, and I've just soldered, I think they call them flange tank connector, and it's just the right level to just sink into the bottom bit, so you got good siphonage, if you like, so you can get a majority of the stuff out, hopefully. And then the same there, I bought another flange, tank flange, and you always put the seal on the inside, and then what you do then is a bit awkward, you put that in first that way. Where's the hole? There we go. And then that just drops in nicely and fits into the recess at the bottom. Then obviously you put your nut on there with, you don't have to put another seal on there, but you can do if you want. So I'll put that on next. It's tightened up from the outside, and then what I've done, I've got this foil and I've just got some, I forget what they call it, boss tape or whatever it's called, I can't remember, and I've just made a little hole in the bottom there that fits over there, and then I wrap it round and bring the other hole quite tightly onto that one. A bit hard to show you with one hand, but I'll put that on, and then I've got another washer that I'll put on the top, the rubber plastic washer that I've got before. I put my tap fitting in there, so it's not actually tightening onto this part and keeping the seal, because I've already sealed it onto the boiler. And then all I need to do is put the bungee. I've removed the handles from this because I can still lift it when everything's empty, so I'm not worried about that. And then I've got the bungee which I put around the top. And then what I do, the pump just goes into that one, look. So it's circulating and going, actually coming out of here into there, round it goes, and then back up into this, and then into here through the coil. This is just the boiler, through the coil, and then out. Let's take these off, that's my insulation. So it goes in there, through the coil, and then out to the top. And the reason I've done them from the top is that I don't want to be drilling into a brand new boiler, and then down and into my lid, which is just fastened on there. And then that has got my tube on, and I've just run the heater wire, the controller wire, down the tube, so it keeps the temperature right. But obviously that goes onto this one, onto there. Hard to do whilst I'm messing about. So that goes on there. Obviously the tube goes inside, so let's get the tube in. I'm trying to do it one-handed. There we go. So that's whizzing round, and round and round it goes, and then I'm just plonking this on the top. That was shit, but there you go. But it keeps the insulation going. And then that's my boiler, like it says, with another false bottom in, to prevent the hops from clogging up the system. But I've not tried any of this, so that's the general gist of the system.